Hello everybody and welcome back to the KnitKnackChat knitting podcast. I am your host as always, Zach, and today I am coming to you from my very first apartment in St. Paul, Minnesota. That is pretty much all the details I'm going to get just so I have a little bit of privacy. So I am now officially moved in and living in my own apartment in St. Paul. I started moving all of my stuff in on the 2nd of September. Today is Friday, September 9th, 2022. And yeah, I've been here for about a week, on and off. I've had 4 full nights in my apartment. I spent last night at home with my parents because I had to open at Caribou yesterday and I didn't want to have to worry about driving or being late to work, which I kind of almost was today. So that was good that I stayed in town. Plus I also had marching band that night, so I don't want to like drive so much. So yeah, there's that. And then, yeah, what else? It's Friday, it's the weekend. This weekend we have our very first marching band competition for the marching band that I help out with, so I'm very excited for that tomorrow. Yeah, you may notice that I'm talking a little bit quieter. It's pretty quiet in my apartment complex. I don't want to like disturb any of my neighbors or have like a neighbor walk by and hear me. They probably will. I'll be like, who's this crazy new person that I don't know talking to themselves in their apartment? So that's the whole thing. So yeah, if you live in the St. Paul area, my twin nitties and anybody else who lives in the St. Paul area, let me know if you want to get together for coffee or something. That would be really awesome. I'd love to just, if I had time, if and when I have time, I'd love to sit and chat and like knit with a couple people. So yeah, that'd be awesome. Just let me know. What else? You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as KnitKnackZach. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, it's September. It's crazy. A lot of things are happening in my life right now. Got my own apartment. Marching band competitions are starting up. I had my first choir rehearsal on Tuesday this week, which was super awesome. So I am a member of the Valley Chamber Chorale, and I'm very excited for that. That's going to be fun. We have 2 concerts this year, so one in October, one in December, and then we have 2 next year in the spring. So I'm very excited for that. I'm excited to get back to singing. Haven't sung all summer, so we shall see how that goes. Yeah. Instagram, Ravelry, little life stuff. I also have a Ko-Fi account if you guys wish to support me in that way. For those of you who already have supported a little bit or a lot, there have been a few people who are super generous and I super appreciate it. But again, there is no obligation to tipping on Ko-Fi if you enjoy the content and you would like to support me in some way to get prizes for knit-alongs in the future or yeah, my apartment isn't like fully decked out yet, so I probably won't have like a full like apartment tour or like pictures or anything on my main Instagram, which is ZachAttack467, until maybe late September, early October. So yeah, anything else? I am thinking, it is September, but I am thinking about Vlogmas, and I'm thinking about doing Vlogmas again, which I'm very excited to do, especially because I'm in the city, so I feel like I'll have more to do than last year when I was at school for Vlogmas, and then I came home. So I'm very excited for that. Yeah. Nothing else like life update wise, so let's get right down into the knitting, the nitty gritty, as some say. First things first, I did say I was going to be starting a Dustlands knit along in September and do that September through November, but I am going to postpone that until the start of the new year, just because I want to get acclimated to my space and feel comfortable in my space before jumping into anything too extreme. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I've had a long day today already, and I've just like, ugh, bleh. So the Dustland knit along will be postponed probably until January or February, but feel free to knit away or start a Dustland project, and you'll be able to submit your WIP coming soon, hopefully. But yeah, there's a lot of things just going on with my life right now, with my move and everything, that I just want to focus on not having to like host anything. But I'm also taking part in quite a few knit-alongs currently and in the future. So plus Vlogmas is gonna happen. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, my shawl. Okay. So let's get right into it. Again, after that, let's start off with finished objects. And clearly my first finished object is what I am wearing. I am wearing my Dotted Rays by Stephen West. I finally finished it. And I submitted it to the Westies Unite knit-along that Michael and Kevin and Ray are hosting. So here it is in all of its sultry glory. This is the Sultry Color Set by Hugh Loco. It's a 10 skein like fade color set that Hugh Loco put together, that I purchased during her Christmas winter extravaganza sale. And I love it. It's such a beautiful rainbow. It's such a good color pop. I love all the colors in it, and I've used pretty much every last ounce of the set. So I think I have a little bit left of my first color and of my last color, but of that I've used everything else in between. So yeah, that's really awesome. I love this. And it'll be a really amazing staple piece. And as you can see right over here, not this, we'll talk about this in a bit. This is my ladder that I had gotten for Christmas last year from my older brother, and I have all of the shawls that I've knit on it. I have 11 shawls, or 10 shawls on it right now. This is 11. And 90% of them are all by Stephen West. The only other one that's not by Stephen West is this one. This is the Shift by Andrew Mallory. So otherwise I am a Stephen West shawl knitter, so whatever. Stay in your lane, I guess. I have knit a few other shawls by a few other designers, but most of the ones that I keep for myself are by Stephen West. So yeah, that's the kind of knitter I am. But while we're here and looking in the background, look at this beauteous. Do you guys remember this? This is my Habitation Throw by Helen Stewart. And what's that on top of it? It's a ribbon. It's a white ribbon. I, with some help from a fiber friend at Muse, Lisa, she is Big Sister Fiber Arts on Instagram. She is a weaver, knitter, crocheter, spinner. She is a retired teacher as of now. And yeah, so she has been in the knitting industry, or the creative crafty industry, for a while, and has submitted many things to the State Fair and convinced me to do it. So I submitted 3 things to the State Fair this year. I submitted this blanket and 2 sweaters that you guys have seen, my Woolen Honey sweater by Andrew Mallory and my newspaper pullover that I knit for Hohi's Fall Knit Along last year. But the only thing that got a ribbon was this blanket. So this is the Advent blanket that I knit last year. This is Muse 2320, all Muse 2320 yarn. It is the, gosh, what was the code? It was the Christmas Advent that Sarah did last year. So yeah, I have all of my leftovers still. I have about 5 grams of each color, so I'm thinking maybe making a scrappy hat, since I didn't buy an Advent for this year. So my goal will be knitting a hat to go along with this sweater. So so I'm really happy that I got 3rd place. It was really awesome to see in person. First day of the fair, you can look online to see how you placed, but I didn't want to go. I wasn't able to go the first day of the fair, so I waited until I was able to go to see what I had placed. I didn't know anything had placed, but I had another mutual friend of mine messaged me on Facebook and was like, hey, we just saw you won something at the fair. One of your knits won a prize at the fair. And I was like, oh my gosh, thanks. I really wanted to find out for myself. Sorry I didn't tell you, lol. But he didn't tell me what had won. He just said, oh, you won a white ribbon at the fair. And I was like, great, awesome. But, so I was really excited to go and see what had won. And when I saw this, I almost burst out into tears. And the score sheet for this is really nice. It's really nice, and I'm very, very happy with it. So on display it will go. It'll probably be in the Muse shop for a while, just showcasing, just to showcase Sarah's yarn and me, because yeah. So there's that. Yes, so there's that. I'm gonna take this off because it's really hot in my apartment. There we go. Okay. My next finished object, my next 2 finished objects actually, I don't have with me because they both were gift knits. They both were the pair of socks that I was working on. So the first one is the vanilla socks that I was working on in Zauberball. So these are them right there. I knit these out of Zauberball that Lisa had given me because she needed a pair of socks because she's going to Norway in 3 days for the Arnold and Carlos knitting cruise. So I'm super happy. She washed all of my sweaters for me and was like, okay, as payment, you are knitting me a pair of socks for my cruise. And I said, yes, of course, I will gladly do that. So I actually gave them to her today. And I really hope that she loves them, and I hope that they work well for her. So yeah, so there's those. You saw progress of those. It had toe-up socks with a shadow wrap heel, and then the leg is pretty much just straight 2x2 rib. So yeah, pretty basic sock. And then the next pair of socks is the Woven River socks by Hannah Sadler that I test knit for her. I knit these out of a bunch of scraps from my stash, and I gave the socks to my mom. So yeah, my mom loves them. So I hope she wears them a lot, or at least often enough where she'll feel like she got she's knit worthy enough, so she'll wear them. But yeah, so those are those. I kind of knit it weird. I think I knit like the stripes like half the length that they should have been. I should have knit 4 contrast color stripes, but I only did 2, so I mean, whatever. I'll knit them again eventually, probably for myself. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so those are those socks. They were a lot of fun. I knit shorties, and I kind of wanted a pair of them for myself. So we shall see. And I might try to do it toe up because that's just my preference. Okay, and last but not least, I don't remember if I showed these at all, but I finally finished my Oink Pigs by Helen Stewart. I got 2 pigs. I bought this set from Darn It Anyway. This was their August knit kit, so yeah, I have enough yarn where I could probably make another one. So that's always exciting. Maybe I'll try to knit another one. Alrighty, I'm back. I had to get some water. Have you guys ever had liquid death? This is my first time having it. Just water. Okay, back. So those are all my finished objects. And I have some unfortunate news. I did actually start frogging my tentacle socks that I had shown you guys. So I'm kind of sad about that, but I'm just like, I'm not in the groove to do fully color worked socks at the moment. So I feel like I can find something else for that yarn, maybe put them into a different pattern. So yeah, I have some neighbors in the hallway, and one of them made a comment on the welcome mat that I painted. I bought a plain welcome mat from IKEA and I painted on it, and it was the funniest thing because it just says "well, hi" on it, and he was like, "well, that's very welcoming," and I just thought that was really funny. Alrighty, so up next, whips that I've been working on. I haven't worked on my knit poof since I moved. I have worked on my enchanted mesa. Okay. In my Mrs. Brown's bag that I got for Christmas from me mama, I have my enchanted mesa. And I have a stitch marker on here from where, oh, here we go, okay. So I finished the entire rest of the body, and I am modifying, my goodness, I am modifying the Enchanted Mesa sweater and using the Enchanted Poncho pattern, and I'm doing the Brioche Border. So that's what I'm in the process of doing. I'm on the second row of the right side of the brioche. So this is just gonna go slowly. I just have to like sit down and crank it out. But I'm holding, for my main side, I have white, 2 strands of white and a white Surrey held. And then on the back, I have 2 strands of the Leo and Roxy black and white 2-ply with a gray mohair on the reverse side. So yeah. That's how that is. We'll see how that goes. That shouldn't take too long. I just need to like crank it out. So yeah, this is mostly a fully mused sweater. Besides, I have some West wool in here, and I have that Leo and Roxy stuff. Otherwise, everything else is Muse 2320 fiber coat. So yeah, using up some sweaters. If I finish this in time, I'll submit it to the scrappy sweater knit along that's happening. Or hopefully I can finish it in time for the Westies knit along to be done. So there's that. That's a pretty basic project. I haven't touched my jigsaw puzzle blanket since I moved, so I need to get started on that again. And then everything else is pretty much new cast-ons. So yeah, I'm gonna start off with this project, which is in a French supply co-bag that I bought when they were going out of business. And also another little life update. I got my wisdom teeth out. I got all 4 of my wisdom teeth taken out. Super fun. That was a week ago. So the day that I had went to the fair, I started this project. This is the head sock hat. It is a 2x2 rib hat all the way around. 2x2 rib, yay, for days. I am knitting this. This pattern is by Amanda Steck, or Steek. I don't know how to say her last name. I'm knitting this in Wool Addicts Love. I really hope that is the right way. And this is the color 1002. So it's just a basic. This is a 50-gram skein that I bought from Muse for a look at my holes sweater. So I think I'll knit pretty much until I run out of this, and I'll probably need a second skein. So I mean, it's not that expensive yarn. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. It's just a basic 2x2 hat. I might bring this tomorrow with me. I might bring a few projects with me tomorrow to work on the bus rides, to competitions. So yeah, there's that. Easy, simple. Next, I have finally cast on my Guess Who gloves by Holy Yewo. I don't know how to say her name. I'm very sorry. But Tracy from the Grocery Girls last year so graciously donated her yarn that she had used to make her own. So I don't exactly know. I have the tag for the main skein. So the main skein is the Berlin Yarn Company Seafaring Sheep Speckled Hen. So this is it's a marled yarn. Let's see if I can get this tag off quickly. Whatever. It's a 4-ply. Here's that. The Speckled Hen. It's 100% wool, and yeah, it is. So it's similar to the other 2-color yarn that I have that I'm using for my I'm using a US 3 for these for that project, but it's not, there's no nylon content. And then I'm pretty much matching Tracy's pattern exactly because she gifted me all of the yarn that she had left over from her pair. So I have all of the same minis that she used. I don't know what these minis are from, and I don't think Tracy put them in her pattern page, but yeah, so I'll be doing a striped rainbow in the hand portion right where the thumb. So it is gloves, so I will be knitting all 5 fingers, so I'm very excited for that. I wanted to make sure, so I split the skeins in half, caked it just so I could knit both of them at the same time in tandem. I think I might need to get another set of needles so that I can like actually knit them in tandem, because I don't want to knit one on deep pans and the other on magic loop and have them be wonky. So we shall see how this goes. I'll probably wait to do this until after this weekend sometime. So yeah, I'm very excited for that project. And I have it in this bag that I made myself. I got the pattern for the bag from Bags. It's a book that I found somewhere, or that I found at Joann's. So yeah, there's that. Super basic gloves, getting ready for the winter, so I'm very excited about that. My last 2 whips. Oh yeah, because there isn't anything in that bag. Okay. Last 2 whips. 2 more whips. Technically should be 3 more whips, but whatever. My first one, they both have to do with Hohi's Falling Along. So, first one is the Rafa's hat by Hohi. This is a free pattern that Hohi designed. And it is, I think it's based off of her husband, and it's a hat her husband wears a lot. So it's just a 1x1 ribbed hat all the way around with these garter panels. So I have one more full length to, one more full panel to knit, and then a little bit, and then I do the crown decreases. So I'm getting far on this hat. I mean, I've worked on this for about a week, so just need to crank it out. I think I could probably have this done like on the bus ride tomorrow, so I think I'll for sure bring this on the competition tomorrow to finish, so I have one hat done, one of my 10 hats that I have submitted for the Hohi cow, because I think I'll alternate the hats that I do. So I'll do this hat, and then I'll do the Upper East Side hat, then I'll do this hat again, then I'll do the other Upper East Side hat until I have done all 10 of my hats, or until the cow is over pretty much. So this hat is knit in DK. I'm knitting it on a US 5 like the pattern suggests, and I'm knitting the 2nd size. So yeah, and this is vintage DK. I don't know what color it is, some orange color. And I'm just pretty much knitting some Christmas hats, or yeah. So, and then, okay, in my little Muse shopping bag, I haven't bothered to put this in a different bag. I could put it in a different bag now. Oh, and okay. I think I might put it in my cow bag. I have the Hipster Shawl. So I have the first section done. This is the first section of garter. And I cast it on at the start of Hohi's live, her cast on party live that she had. And I wanted to at least get through the first section. So now I just have to sit down and do that lace section, and then it's garter again, and then lace, and then garter, and then I'm binding off. Yeah. So for this, I am using Muse 2320 Black Walnut. This is her Crow Base, which is a non-superwash wool. So yeah, I was gonna knit the Walrus Vest by Stitch and Witch, but I am not a fan of moss stitch back and forth, so I decided not to. So instead I am knitting this shawl. Amazing. And that is technically it for all of my whips. I do have this, which I did show you guys last time, my stripes cardigan, but I want to show you just all the colors that I have for it. So here are the colors that I have, and I just have a question for you guys. So so obviously it's this stripes cardigan, the stripes sweater by Andrea Mowry. So I'm wanting to like alternate the stripes like this, but do I go blue, tan, green, tan, blue, tan, green, or do I go blue, tan, green, blue, tan, green? Like, do I switch between the green and the blue alternating and have the main color through it be the tan, or do I like have this be the order? Because the neck will be, my neckline will be the blue color. So that's my question for you. This is Muse 2320 Weaver Bird, which is a DK Tweed Merino and Nep. And then the other two are Malabrigo Arroyo. This is Sandbank. And then this is Reflecting Pool. So I am knitting this for my sister-in-law for Christmas birthday, depending on whichever comes first when I'm knitting it. So yeah, she doesn't know that I'm knitting it for her, but I think she kind of might. And I have it sitting in my bearded pearl bag that I bought 2 years ago. So yeah. Yeah, I need to start this eventually. So yeah. Alrighty. That's it for my whips and future cast on. And I have one more future cast on and acquisition at the same time. So as we all know, Stephen West has announced his Twists and Turns MCAL for this year. And I am so excited. And me being the financially responsible human that I am, I said, of course I need to buy a kit from Mr. Stephen himself. Who needs to pay rent when you have a credit card and the euro is the exact same as the dollar at the moment? It was kind of a no-brainer. So I bought a kit and it came in the mail and I'm so happy. So in the kit you get this your MCAL Knit a Baby bag, which I think is so cute. And I honestly don't think we'll ever hold this shawl. But I have my needles already. I have my yarn. I'm gonna pull my yarn out first, and then I'll talk about it later. But then also within it, make sure I have everything. Okay, perfect. So this didn't come with the kit. Okay, so this is what all came with the kit. So this cute little stitch. Oh, sorry, not stitch. Hook, like needle gauge, so you can see that that's a US 4. Like that's so cool. Like that's such a cool needle gauge. Like, oh, that's so cool. I love this needle gauge. So there's that. And then you obviously get the MCal sticker. This year it's a gold or a silver holographic. Last year it was like a rainbow holographic one. And then you get the official tag, the official MCal Stephen West Knits tag. And then also, because Stephen suggested that you buy a cable needle if you don't have any, I went and purchased, along with it, I purchased the Knit and Crochet Tool Flock's little cable flips, cable needles. So, actually I haven't opened this yet. Let me just open it real quick. So these are cute little like stitch holder cable needles. Like, look at that, they're so cute. And I'm really happy with the colors that were chosen for me. So very excited to see what I have to do with these this year in the MCal. We shall wait and see, that's for sure. Okay, just throw those in the bottom of the bag sack. Okay, I can throw that away. Okay, now let's get into the yarn. I bought the Undercover Otter kit. So these are my colors. Main color 1, main color 2, the 2 contrast colors, and then the accent color. So this darker blue color is below. Also, this is all the Evertide fingering, which is a 60% superwash merino, 20% silk, 20% yak, and oh my god, this feels so nice. So this is below. This green, this is coming out more of a silvery blue, but it's more like a gray blue in person. Against my shirt, it looks more dark. It looks darker than it is in person. But this is Rose Door. Somebody who's British told me how to say that. Come on. That's not gonna focus. Okay, and the accent color is Leviathans. So it's a really deep, rich, royal cobalt blue. So I'm very excited. I kind of want to take this out, and maybe I might look at Undercover Otter's website and find like a burnt orange or a rust and see if I can get that shipped out to me. Just because I want more of a contrast. I kind of want more of a pop. Or maybe like I have a neon yellow in my stash. I could use, yeah, I don't know. I love this. I love this color story. I love blues, but I feel like this contrast isn't enough. So I kind of want to get a different contrast. Let me know what your thoughts are. So yeah, I really am thinking of getting a different contrast. Sorry, Stephen. Stephen, if you're watching this, if you have a color suggestion, that would be amazing. Love you. So yeah, so these are all just gonna sit in my yarn bag until probably I get a chance to take it all to a yarn store to ask them to wind it, because I don't have a winder in my apartment, nor do I have space to have a winder in my apartment. I have all of my yarn sorted, pretty much, kind of, sort of, not really. I have all my unwound yarn sorted, which is amazing. It makes me feel really good. All my unwound yarn, all of my other stuff besides these finished objects aren't sorted at all. So I'm kind of like panicked about like, what am I gonna do? So we shall see what happens. So that about does it for the episode. There's not much left that I really need to talk about. I'm very excited for this new chapter that I am on, living on my own in St. Paul. It's been great so far. I've been here for about a week. And I'm very excited for what's to come. Haven't really met any of my neighbors yet. I ran into some people just like walking the halls, doing laundry. I should probably do laundry today because I'll be busy all day tomorrow. So we shall see what happens. I'll just try to get this video uploaded because I have to use my data and everything to like do shit. So it's kind of annoying. Because my dad doesn't want me to pay for internet. So she's like, just use your unlimited data. Connect your personal hotspot to your computer and your iPad to do stuff. I'm like, okay, Dad. So yeah, that is gonna about do it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, share it with your knitting friends. Again, thank you all so much for watching. If you stuck around to the end, thank you so much. If you are new, thank you for watching. If you are old, girl, you're crazy. It's been absolutely amazing journey what this podcast has done for me. I haven't really done that much, but I just feel like it's an outlet for me to showcase my knitting to the world in a more global scale. Especially than just having to go to knit nights or messaging people on Instagram or texting them. So yeah, that's really awesome to have this space for myself. So I really appreciate each and every one of you for listening. Even if you don't knit, I wonder if Morgan is gonna watch till the end of this, but my coworker Morgan watches some of my videos and she doesn't knit, but she was like, oh, I love your videos, but I haven't gotten through one yet. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm just so embarrassed whenever she tells me that. So if you're watching this, Morgan, hi, little shout out to you, my love. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to bid you adieu. And I wish you all the best of wishes in your stitches. Bye guys. What was that?